Oh, it revs quick though. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Alrighty guys, well, howdy. It's been a while since I've been on camera, I've been on YouTube, and there's a decent amount to catch up on, but for those of you who haven't followed this car or don't really know the backstory, this is my M60B44 swapped E30. It's a 6-speed, the final drive is a 293, it's on a Kdata ECU, and I've kind of been, I started on it in 2020, started building the engine, and then kind of got it finished end of 2021 maybe, 2020-ish, and from there I let it sit. After leaving DBO, I didn't really have the funds or the time to work on it, and so I was like, let's put it in the garage, and you know, we can come back to it when the time comes. So that's about what's happened. I managed to be fortunate enough to buy a house, and made sure that it had a garage, single car, but can fit everything, and it could get the work that it needed. So I mean, since then there's been a ton of stuff to it. It's had a new radiator. It's got camber plates now. I blew a shock on it. The standalone ECU is new. There's a bunch of stuff that I just didn't really cover, and I mean, look at that, you got a high idle here. See if it'll come back. Still a high idle. So yeah, I mean, it's just been bit by bit. These seats are new. I got these Corbeau GTS2s in here, and I spec'd out like lumbar support, and I shaved the base out too, if you're familiar with kind of like the customization on these. I'm not a huge fan of them. I actually don't think they're the build quality is nearly as good as the cost kind of commands or asks for, and I'm kind of salty about it. So I'll probably leave a review on their website and make a dedicated video on it too, but stuck behind this massive like slurry tanker, I don't know. But yeah, so the whole kind of culmination and where I'm getting at on this video and everything there is I'm going to be taking this thing cross country to North Carolina to see my brother, all the way to the coast. And I've done a 1,000-mile road trip in this car actually like the day or two after I finished it, and it broke when I got there, and it was this huge stressful thing, and you know, I wasn't really comfortable with the car as it was, so pretty stoked to kind of redo it and also show my brother kind of what I've been working on for the past so many years and talking about, but I've never actually been able to show him. So that's kind of where we're at. There's a pretty good list of stuff that needs to happen. I've got like a horn here because there's no horn, and I've been watching dash cam footage, and I need a horn, especially if I'm going across country. So hoping that I can get that sorted. It's 8:50 in the morning, so all the school buses are out, and there's a fire down in Golden. I've got an hour before I go see Chris at DBO. So I'm gonna go see if I can get some eyes on it. We've had a decent fire season here in Colorado. The crews have worked really, really well and kind of contained a lot of the larger ones. We had the Alexander Mountain fire, which was, I think, in the realm of 9,000 acres and quite a few structures lost. And so just, I mean, not great, but overall, you know, it's nothing like the Cameron Peak season. And I'm kind of really into the tankers and stuff, so I've got like flight radar going, and I'm watching all the things on there. But oh yeah, I can see some smoke already. Pretty close to home, this one. There's a app called like Fire Duty or Watch Duty that kind of keeps you updated and everything, and this one sprung up pretty close to home, so I think people are watching it. But yeah, I've got probably one of the bigger upgrades. Ooh. Started running a bit different. Probably one of the bigger upgrades is going to be at Chris's. It's a lightweight flywheel, and for those who aren't really like into the community, or at least what I thought was the community, is we got a friend, Daniel, and he's down in Texas. He's got a M60B44 E30 touring, and and he's got the Kdata ECU and has spent many years getting the tune right, and he gave me this, gave me the tune for this car. So super stoked for that. But he's got a lightweight flywheel, and I remember ordering mine and telling him about it and everything, and he's like, oh, that one sucks. And we'll get into it when we get to Chris's, but for now, let's go check out the fire if we can, see how close we can. It was 10 acres last night, it's 200 acres now. Got an hour to kill. Well, I've got 40 minutes now to kill. I've got my maps up, but yeah, we'll get into kind of where I've been, where I've gone, and what's next in a little bit here. So thanks for tuning in. All right, well, I don't want to get really any closer since, you know, it's kind of active and I'm just a looky-loo, but over that hill there's a bit of smoke, and then I'm right by Golden Gate Canyon in Golden, and there's been a few kind of fire trucks and kind of fire service vehicles that have ran up this canyon too, so really hoping it gets contained soon, but it's growing a bit, and I mean, it's fairly breezy, but it's not too windy. So alrighty, let's go to Chris's. Alright, Highway 6 is all closed up. Didn't get time to turn on the mic for this one, but yeah, you can see and smell the smoke, so pretty serious, pretty crazy. Hopefully it gets worked on quick. I'm about to take the exit, but one of the things that Daniel has on this tune is like an obscene kind of rev limiter. It's using the function of launch control on Tuner Studio, but he's got the RPM set to 4,000. We put a little button here because Garagistic wouldn't sell me the clutch safety switch bracket, but it's pretty cool. So the idea is if I can roll up to Chris and kind of do that. We'll see if he's here. I'm 15 minutes early. Oh, he is. Or Nate is. What's up, dude? What's up, dog? You want to see something cool? Hold on. You ready? Wait. E-brake. Oh, yeah. It's all I care about is the big two steps, yep. You know? Yep. But did it do a flame? Did it did a nice flame at first, that's sick. Did it shooty shoot? Uh-huh. Hell yeah. Yeah, go do one on Chris. Where's he at? I think they're just over here. Go pull them on them and pop them. Alright. Thought I stalled it, but we're good. Chris is working on E38s. Classic. I'm not gonna be able to get out of this, am I? No, there ain't no fucking way. And there's another car coming? Alright, if I go over here, and then I go up, and then I go back. Geometry, shapes, sizes. Going back. Jason was kind enough to rack it and see how it looks. I think I got everything out, all the filming equipment, all that shit. Oh, look at these O2 sensors, man. Right where I left them. Oh. Beautiful. Yeah, there they were. Yeah. Didn't move. Looks like the valve cover leak has continued to valve cover. Yeah. God, this is gonna be so much fun. I love cars. I can be zip tied up lately, but oh no, could be worse. How's the tire wear? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, cool. Work time. Jason, what are you working on?
You know, I'm chilling right now.
Okay.
I just made a custom trans brace. Gotta weld it up.
You say trans brace, but I can't help but take my eyes off of your jack system here.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't tall enough.
Yeah.
So I had to use wood.
You made it work though. Yep. Dude, that looks so much better than mine.
I'm gonna put a little support here and then weld all the way across, do a little gusset so it doesn't fucking flex or anything.
Man.
That's
yeah, it's good looking. This is a Bauer E30, that's sweet.
Yeah, S52.
Yeah. Chris, man.
Alright.
How you doing?
Sleepy.
Sleepy. Chris has the EPs. But we got the lightweight flywheel on. Looks like I'm leaking pretty good from the rear main, but that's another day's issue. So we're gonna leave that. And then my selector shaft is leaking. Sounds like Chris has an extra one lying around. Right? You got an extra one lying around? Yeah, you got an extra one lying around. So we're gonna see if we can get that going. Chris is giving me the looks. Put on a new throw-out bearing and a pivot pin as well. So all pretty minty. Coming apart pretty well. This is a pain. This ear keeps hitting the transmission, so now we're kind of considering cutting out a little bit of it just to make it easier. Yeah, this is what Daniel was talking about though. Because these ears are by themselves, apparently this is liable to heat and warp and then contact the clutch kind of as it goes around. So he says we're gonna get like a chatter or a chugging or something, and we'll see. What I do remember reading is that this ring isn't hardened, so there's possibility for the starter to soften out these teeth. And don't worry about this, I'm gonna give it some Agadagas as well. Just doing this to kind of get it all seated. And yeah, using automatic transmission bolts for this, whereas the old one used torque sets. And this used to have some sort of chatter with it. I didn't ever get a video of it or why it's doing it. But Chris reckons it's something to do with this dual mass coming undone, or like, yeah, trying to come apart. So yeah, but not too shabby. And going from that heavy thing to an 11-pound flywheel has got to feel pretty good, so I'm excited for that. What else here? The drive shaft doesn't look like it's sitting entirely level, so that center support shaft is a little bit worn, but I have these new transmission braces or things, so they might help level it up, and if not, I'm going to get some washers in there to try and get it a little bit more level. Go from there, but for the most part, everything else is looking pretty okay. I'm kind of bummed to see that it is a rear main leak or a leak around here and not a valve cover leak like I was hoping it was, but worse things have happened, so yeah, we're just gonna hang out with it. So this is what came off of my clutch. This is slow back, and then this is what came on the S38 clutch, which you have to use for the new pressure plate. It needs to be focused. All of these are pretty good, but they have this spacer which is kind of jank, and then one of the heads is on a strip, but on what came off there's this bolt which has been trimmed down to fit. So Chris told me to go to Bolt Island and find one, but while we're here there's some decently cool cars, I guess, get into that. But yeah, like Bolt Island, see what we can find, see if there's anything good here. Alright, well, we got it going, and the poly bushings for the trans, I don't think they're their play. It's super vibraty, and like kind of thought that would happen, but I went for the minimum softness, and you know, kind of took care, tried to make them so they wouldn't be so bad. But even at like 2,500 RPM, I mean, this thing is just, you can feel it. The clutch is right off the ground, so I mean, we checked while it was on the lift. It's not engaging while it's on the ground, and you can actually feel it bottom out. But it's definitely right there. So I mean, it still drives fine. The rev up for the lightweight is cool. I think it was just good to do because that pressure plate was kind of going out. but I don't know, maybe I'll get used to the vibration. It's a lot. Yeah, I kind of hope it feel like keeping stock transmission bushings was the way to go. I mean, it feels a lot more race car. And funny enough, there's a lot less noticeable torque. So like usually when I'll floor it, I can feel a lot more kind of coming in from underneath this car, but not so much anymore. But the needle moves the same. Like it gets you by. I don't know, maybe it's just unbalanced. But I'm gonna go clean up and then maybe I'll take it for a quick drive to just kind of see how we're feeling about it. Oh, it revs quick though. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. That's crazy. It revs so quick. Like you don't even notice it. Yeah, I regret not getting rid of the stock transmission mounts. Oh, it revs so quick, I'm gonna have to get used to that. That's stupendous. Wowie. But it's not chugging, like Daniel would say. It is a little higher in the RPM, but that's, I mean, it was doing that before we got there. It's figuring it out. Maybe it's still wearing in, you know? I don't know if there is a wear-in procedure for clutches. But all these things like hill starts and everything, now the clutch is like, it's a non-off switch. There's not much to feather. So like, we'll see how I do. I never usually have to use gas. Oh, that, Jesus Christ. It's a new car all over again. Everything still feels pretty good. It's just, I mean, it feels, everything felt smooth, right? But now I've got this like vibration, so it's hard to feel anything but that vibration. And maybe I'll get used to that, but holy shit, that, the way it revs up though is stupendous. It's pretty good. So we did an S38 clutch, if I remember right. Oh my god, yeah, at this RPM it just, I mean, this thing feels less like a street car and more like a race car for sure. Fucking zips. With the lighter flyweight, or lighter weight flywheel too, it bounces off that rev limiter much more. And like the revs just die. Kinda cool. I can go off the clutch too at stop signs. I'm not used to that because it used to just make this rattling noise. And I really thought this would fix it, but it seemed to have just lessened it. Like you can still kind of hear it. You hear this like high-pitched whining. Everything's going. I just got to get better at that initial throttle on. But that vibration goes all the way up your back. I don't know how to feel about it. So I'm gonna get cleaned up. Let's go again. I don't know if this is working, but I was gonna say like how I'm not really a fan of it and everything like that, and I've gone maybe 3 miles since. This thing's fucking like rowdy now, like insane. There's less engine braking a little bit. Well, no, it's all the same, but it's interesting that like the torque didn't go away. It's just you feel it less. I mean, it's still poppy. It's still kind of, it's rowdy, especially when it's like right around the 3,000 RPM range. You feel it, and I mean, yeah, you feel it whether or not it's in gear or not. I was thinking like center support bearing or something, but once you get the start a little figured out, I sent Chris a text about how the clutch is kind of more of an on-off switch, and he said he'd give me a call here soon, so I'm kind of curious what his thoughts are there, but I'm also getting used to that a little bit. It's a stiff clutch, like it's definitely a stiff clutch, but something that I couldn't do before on the stock was actually take the clutch off, so it's nice to be able to do that. Nice. It shifts a lot nicer too, right? Like, I don't know if you heard the difference, or I mean, I don't know what face I pulled too, but that was pretty to the wall on that one and felt good. It was a lot smoother when I disengage the clutch or engage the clutch. It's a lot smoother that way, and I'm guessing it's just less rotational inertia, so pretty stoked there. And just really hoping the mic is picking things up, because it's just not as good with the GoPro audio. Big surprise. And this is, I thought maps wouldn't do this to me, but it looks like we're gonna be, or maybe they've paved this. I know they were gonna repave this road in a little bit. Just going to a cool place with a cool view. I wanna get the nice camera out. Oh, almost missed that. Nah, it still pulls really well. And then onto the groove pavement. Alright, so they only finished that side up. Couple of storms blowing in. Hoping we don't get caught in it. Hoping I get to keep kind of trying this out. But traffic's pretty heavy, so I'm gonna just meet you at the spot. You know, as far as things go, it's actually pretty solid. It's a little windy, so I might have to do a kind of voiceover here, but I also, while I was there, managed to pick up a new steering wheel, so pretty stoked with how this one looks. Not too shabby. And yeah, I don't know, it's a little rattly, it's a little rough, but for the most part it works out. Look at that. Who said GH5s can't focus? Kind of matches all that stuff too. I didn't get the horn in, got the Moon Eyes dash mat. Didn't get the horn in, but you know, it's fine. Also, I don't know if anybody has information on this. Since it's illegal, nobody really seems to talk about it. But if you know how to roll back the odometer without breaking it, let me know. I need to get a new one, but tried to roll it back to what I think this car has, and that didn't work. So yeah, I'll see you on that next. Yeah, so I've been having issues with the video mic, these Rode things. I keep, they've got like, you click the button to make it record the audio, and sometimes I'll click it and it actually turns off the recording, so my bad there, but no true outro. I think essentially the end things that I was getting at is the next kind of steps in the videos, so you know, kind of stay tuned for that. But I've got a lot of work to come up on this car, and then I've also covered a lot of stuff, so I'm going to be kind of doing videos going back on what I've done with it, and then also what I'm going to do with it in the future too. So it should be fairly exciting. Should also be some other stuff coming down the pipeline as well. I don't know, can't make the webcam look up, but the roof of the ceiling of my house is bare drywall, so at some point too we'll want to recover that, and I figure I'll just film it and a few other things, and kind of just whatever comes to mind and whatever is easy to create, we'll just be making it. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.